And we're live. Good evening. How are we? Hope we're all well. So, this is the second stream of the day. First stream was this morning, and we went to, where did we go? Let's turn this down a touch. We went from Brisbane in Australia, and we took an A320 down to Sydney. And I'm very, very aware that I've been avoiding using the 737. So I figured I'd jump back in, because it's been a minute. And the only way to learn for me is just to get in there and do it. So that's what we're doing. And we're taking the 737-800 today from Liverpool down to Cologne in Germany. So as you can see here, we are at Liverpool. We're going to take off on runway 09er. Let me jump into the flight deck and I'll show you. I'll show you the plan. Let's put this into plan a moment. Hop down here. So this is us. Obviously we're facing the wrong way because we're about to taxi down and do a U-turn. We're going to come out of Liverpool Airport on the, what's the SID called? I've forgotten already. The Nant 1V, I think it is. 2V, my mistake. Nant 2V. So we're going to head out. Almost immediately do a bank to the right, and let's just step through here and start heading southeast across England over the Channel, and then our route into Cologne, as you see, we'll start heading more of an easterly direction and whip it round last minute to come in on runway 32 right. The blue line there I believe is our go around procedure, so that could come in handy, but hopefully we won't need it. But given this is what my third stream in this plane, I'm not going to rule out a go around. Hey, look who's here. How are you, my friend? You well? Hope everything is good. It's been a minute, eh? It's been a minute. Right, let's get ourselves taxied down. Now we know where we're going, roughly. And I love the sound of this thing. I don't know why, but the sensitivity on this plane, on the rudder pedals, seems really high compared to the A320. So I've gone into the settings, I've made myself a profile just for the Boeing on my rudder pedals. And I've decreased the sensitivity by about minus 40%. Feels a little bit better. Feels a little bit better. Slightly concerned about the approach into Cologne. I feel like the last time I did a stream in this plane, it all felt a little bit rushed towards the end. So I'm going to try and pay special attention on the way in. I think I know what the course does now versus the heading. That was one thing that tripped me up last time. Obviously in the Airbus you just got your heading and the course the plane kind of calculates in the background. So it was odd to me that I had to do the course. But we'll figure that out as we go. So this is all very much in landing mode. Let's check our lights. The landing. Taxi light. Taxi lights off. What have we got over here? Position light. Logo light. Don't really know what I need. Right. Let's meander out. Horses VOR. So you don't need that if you're on an ILS? I was under the impression that you did. I could have misinterpreted all of that. I do love the sounds of this plane. They've done such a cool job. It's like night and day compared to the A320 or the A320X. That being said, I do like the sound of the Phoenix. I think they've done a cool job with that too. Oh, it's recommended to use it, what, in case you have to switch to VOR, so you're not having to like catch up. Having quite a hard time here. Right, where's my light panels? Ah! Come on. Brilliant. There we go. Right, strobe and steady. Okay. Anti-collision. Wing light. Does that look good? Yeah, so if the flight plan is gone somehow, yeah, I see what you mean. So it's like a contingency almost. My lights looking good? I think they're looking good. Right. So once we take off, we'll get LNAV and VNAV on the go. I think we're good. It feels so different. I feel like a fish out of water, I really do. Anyway, there's only one way to get better, isn't there? Let's go.
Positive rate of climb.
You're up. Right, let's see if the plane behaves itself. Why no V-speeds? Good question. Maybe I didn't configure that. I thought there was something I was missing. Could well have been that. Could well have been that. Okay, so everything seems to be okay. Oh, right, put it in the middle. Well, what is that all about? I did see that in a tutorial somewhere and I thought that was a bit odd. Okay. Why are we stuck at 4,000? That's because of VNAV, isn't it? So obviously we've got a restriction. That makes sense. Nice. VNAV and LNAV make it so much easier than doing it yourself in the A320. I will say that. Oh, right, so it's like a cut-off in case of like a hydraulic failure. Like a safety measure, I presume. No LNAV, no rest. It's the VNAV that I love. It's very cool, the VNAV. Big fan of that. Why have I got an orange light over here? What does that mean? Gone. Oh, is that what it is? Auto brakes off. I see. Oh, okay, so that's the auto brake on that little thing there. God, there's just so much that's like different. It's crazy. It blows my mind. Hey, look out, Aer Lingus is here. How's it going? Are you good? Now we start the climb again. I don't have to do anything in this thing, it's great. Though I'd argue we're a little bit fast. Or it's a little bit fast. So if I'm right in thinking, because I've got 10,000 in the window, it will VNAV me up to 10,000. Then flight level 350. So I guess I've got to tell it flight level 350 once we get to 10,000. Oh man, somebody's lit a bonfire. It stinks in here all of a sudden. Either that or my PC's blowing up. Which I really hope isn't the case, because Nvidia, I don't know if you've seen, Nvidia launched new GPUs today, and they are really expensive. Definitely cannot afford for my GPU to go wrong. Alright, what was that? Why are you beeping at me? Stop that at once. But now I guess if I put 350 up here, should do it. Emphasis on should. FMC PRST, what does that mean? Right, let's transition. Right, runway turn-offs off. Not entirely sure what lights I need on over here, if I'm completely honest. Okay, so why aren't we climbing? Need to get my view sorted in this thing. Why are we holding at this altitude? Why aren't we going up? I've got VNAV on. Altitude select. Clear the message. Clear what message? Just out of date. Okay, we'll do it ourselves. Nav data is out of date, you're right. Gotcha. Thank you. What does RTO mean? If I go back to VNAV, will that then behave? Looks like it might. Just slapping the cruising altitude in the MCP and get going. So where are you doing that? I'm kind of working on the presumption that I'm just sort of following these dynamically adjusting values. Because that's the VNAV predicting when it's going to get, or where it's going to be at each waypoint. I feel like I don't know my way around this. This is a large part of my problem. Large part of my problem. Still, we look like we're making reasonable progress. Where are we now? Just north of Birmingham. I don't know if you all noticed, if you did happen to catch the Nvidia keynote tonight, they referenced Flight Sim in it a lot. And I went into watching the keynote thinking, no, I don't need a new GPU because my 3070 is absolutely fine. And then, of course, they go and say how amazing Flight Sim is with their new GPUs and DLSS 3 and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, damn it. Like, I thought I was good. I thought I wasn't going to get one. And now you're, like, dangling the carrot. You know, it's weird doing streams in the morning now. Completely different crowd. It's like I'm starting at nothing again. I kind of feel like the evening streams where you all turn up, like the regulars, as it were. It's quite jarring when you do it in the morning, or I do it in the morning, because that's the time I've got available. And yeah, completely different crowd. Almost like starting from nothing again. Very weird. So am I right in thinking that when we're in autopilot, will Boeing auto-trim us? Or is the trim not part of the autopilot system? Because I could have sworn the last time I did a flight, I could hear this thing spinning, and I wasn't touching a thing. My point is if I leave the autopilot on, right until I'm at my approach speed on the glide slope, in theory, if I maintain that speed, I don't need to worry about trim if it's done it all for me prior. Okay, so we've got a turn coming up. That's going to take us, well, across the top of London, I guess, and then out towards the southeast, across the channel. What views we can get. Okay, that's quite cool. Ah, yeah, that's a good view. That's the other side. Be the other side. Nice. That's a bit of a weird one. So can I... No, I cannot. So we're not far to go now. About another 7,000 feet will be a cruise. Not far at all. Let's hop back in the cockpit, check things out. Good. Dare I say it, everything is under control. Nice, so we can see Norfolk sort of just over there. Presumably. Yeah, it's too hazy. Too hazy. Can't see London. There it is, I just heard it. Did I just hear the trim? Could have sworn I just heard the trim. I'm not going crazy, am I? Nice, so we're going to hit our top of cruise here. Or top of climb, I should say. To then be at cruise. Very, very slowly getting there. Hello there, how you doing? Yes, there it goes, it moved. It just moved. Thanks for joining us, appreciate it. Yeah, so I think the trim is moving itself while autopilot is engaged. So if I leave autopilot engaged until the last moment, then I probably shouldn't have to worry too much about the trim. What was that? What was that beep? Yeah, let's have some scenic views. Just a question, what livery? Ah, yeah, well, I'm about to expose my laziness. I'm on the default PMDG one. I haven't yet recreated my own. I'm led to believe it's a bit easier on the PMDGs than it is on the A32NX to make liveries. Mostly because I think they give you something that is Photoshop friendly. Yeah, liveries are hard work, or at least I find them hard work. As I've said before, to do the one on the Airbus took me so long. Like, we're talking like multiple evenings, sat there tweaking it, moving this, moving that, breaking it. Yeah, you're right, I could do. I sort of just want to get mine built. I don't really, I can see why people do use the real airlines, but I sort of don't like it that much. I kind of like running my own. Would this be a free look? No. I think we're going to pass Southend on Sea. Out of our window, I think, shortly, if my geography is correct, which it may not be. Ah, Foot's here. Party started now. How you doing, Foot? Good to see you're able to type more than one word per message. Yeah, fairly certain that is Southend down there. I do like Southend. Spent a lot of time there many moons ago, working away from home. It was very cool though, good bunch of people, great people. You're not so great. Oh, sorry to hear that. I hope you're okay. Hope you're okay. Or as okay can be. Ah, it's hazy. I love how these throttles move. Like the little tiny motors in there. Must be great. You got bullied in school? Oh, that sucks, I'm sorry. There's no excuse for that. Absolutely no excuse for bullying. Well, you're always welcome in here. I hope you know that. Always welcome. Right, how far out are we? At what point do we start to descend? Uh-huh. I wish these shadows would stop dancing. Makes life incredibly difficult. Is there like a, you know, on the, I was going to say, is there a progress page? I guess that prog could well be it. So, bub. Oh no. Is my fuel right? That looks 5.6, 5.6 watt. Oh, pounds times 1,000. Phew! I thought it was like actual just pounds. I was like, no way. The plane's about to cut out. So, how are we doing? Altitude. $263 to the airport. Let me get away from those shadows, they're annoying me. Leaving Kent behind. Just crossing over the channel. Thanks everyone for the likes, by the way. I'm not going to lie, I kind of feel like I could use all the likes I can get at the moment. I feel like the last few live streams have been a little bit on the quiet side. I don't understand almost any of this, but enjoy watching it. Hey, you're more than welcome. I mean, stick around to the end. There is a non-small chance I may completely mess up the landing and make a total mess of it for you all, so do stick around. For those that haven't read the description, I usually fly the A320, so I'm in a 737 at the moment, and I have not got a clue what I'm doing for the most part. Lots of Boeing-isms that I'm completely unfamiliar with. There's so many subtle, small differences that you think won't matter that much, but they absolutely do. Yeah, appreciate all the likes. Massively appreciate that. I feel like the channel is despite hitting 1,000 subs the other day, which is I still can't quite get my head around that. Despite that, it feels like the live streams are certainly in a little bit of a slump. I don't know why that is. One working theory at the moment is that I took a few days off, and today is my first day back, and I think my last stream was almost a week ago. I had some kind of real life stuff happen on Thursday that got in the way. So I don't know whether maybe I've fallen out of favour with the YouTube gods. It's entirely possible. I need to work my way back up there maybe. Let's go and check on proceedings over here. So we should sort of make landfall somewhere close to Antwerp. Let's go to legs. Nice, so we're good for the next sort of 5 waypoints. Out where our top of descent is. Aha. Got a right turn coming up, and then it's there. Love it. Love it, love it. Yeah, so by my reckoning, Antwerp is over there. I'm going to sort of scoot past it over here and then bank. You can see it on the minimap. We're sort of going to go to the right, at which point we're going to hit top of descent and we'll start bringing ourselves down into Cologne. Bully 2. What's wrong with people bullying? Honestly. No excuse for being a bully at all. Time left before landing, so I don't know if you can, depending on how big a screen you're viewing on, can you see at the top of the screen there it says ETE? That stands for estimated time en route. Now, at the moment that says 22 minutes, but that does not factor in us slowing down for the descent. So that's kind of projecting at our current speed. If we do that current speed all the way there, it will take 22 minutes. It will take a bit longer than 22 minutes, but maybe add, I don't know, 10 minutes. Oh, no, you don't need to apologise. I mean, I've got to be honest, it took me ages to figure out what ETE meant. So, yeah. Watching other streams before I started, I was like, what does that ETE mean? Why is that number going down? And eventually I googled it and, yeah, figured it out. Only easy if you know the answer, as Chris Tarrant used to say. Have a look out the other side. Nothing quite yet. Just getting this slightest... Oh yeah, there it is. Slightest tiny little bit of land coming into view. Out of curiosity, are any of you viewing this on like a 4K screen? It's a very pretty coastline. I mean, I know it's only a game, but I imagine it's also pretty good in real life too. I'd like to explore that part of the world. So if we maintain this view, and if my geography is correct, which it may not be, but we should see Antwerp in a moment, I think. Maybe. Right, don't mind me, I'm just checking on charts on a second monitor. I should really find a way so you can see the charts that I see. That'd be quite cool. Without paying for Navigraph. Because I'm stingy. So we're going to go in on the star NVO32. Just hop back into the cockpit a moment. Guess that'll be Antwerp down there. So top of descent must be coming up. Yeah, there it is. Not far. Hey, Indy. Long time. How have you been? Right, so what's the best strategy here? Because obviously I need to start descending. And it would be quite cool to get VNAV to do it all. It looks like 2,000 feet is kind of where we're headed. So if I put in 2,000 feet, will it then, when the time is right, know that I've kind of given it the authorization to do that? Does that make sense? So it sort of knows that this is its limit. You're late for 1K. Never mind, you're here now. That's the main thing. I feel like the live streams are suffering a little bit at the moment with numbers and just overall performance. So you're here for the important part. Like I say, I'm not sure why, other than that I took about 6 days off from streaming. I don't know whether I've upset YouTube. Possible. Anyway, you're here for the exciting part of the flight, you're here for the descent, and for the very real possibility of watching me completely mess this up. Okay, so I've put in, like you say, I've put in 2,000. So, on that basis, I don't have to do anything. It should, when it hits top of descent, which is literally any second, it should start descending. Have I got that right? Come on. Do it. Do it. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. Yes! It's doing it. Amazing. Oh, this is the easiest plane in the world to fly. I'm an expert at the 737. Oh, you can hear those engines rolling back too. So, you expect the butter landing, no pressure. You know. This morning, well, I did a stream this morning in Australia. It was about to landing, but it was late. I floated, which was not good. So we're really not that far out, are we? Not far out at all. So betting we now get a crash to desktop. Oh, that'd be bad, wouldn't it? Be like Vegas all over again. Let's pop it into plan. And we'll just step through the route. So here's us. This way. Nice. Yeah. So it goes to show that we really are not very far. So it's just going to manage its speed all the way down as well. It is, isn't it? 259. Do we know why these are pink? Is there a way to find out what the QNH should be without having to Google it? Can I find out from here? Indy, you always want to go around. I mean, tonight's the night. If ever there was a night for you to get your go around, this is it. Me hopelessly flying the 737. Quite likely to get yourself a go around. Purposely crash it? Yeah, you can. I mean, it doesn't show you anything. The screen just goes black and it's like you have crashed, kind of thing. So there's no real motivation to do it if you kind of want the plane to smash into a million pieces or anything. Oh, foot, no way. Auto throttle won't manage the approach speed like the Airbus, so you've got to go to speed mode. What, that one there? I feel like this landing, if it goes well, will not be my victory, it will be our victory as a collective. So where is this? What's it called? LNO. That's probably of some significance. LNO, what could that be? A place called Liege, maybe? If I'm saying that right? I think it might be. Yeah, does anyone know why these are pink? Is that because these are like sort of hard limits in the flight plan? Like by this point you should be at 14,000 and these are all calculated points on the way down to it. Similarly, speed, you must be at 220 for this one. How is our speed? Anyway, we're at 253. So we're under where we need to be, so that's okay. Let's have a look out the window, shall we? The sounds are so good on this plane. Like the engine sounds, they sound so real. Purple text does not change much. Okay. Oh, I know what I need to do before I get carried away looking out the window. Is find out what our VREF is. Where do I find that? I don't know where to find it. Init ref? Okay, so if we're going to do flaps 40, which I think we probably will, 143. Is there any way? There isn't, is there? What is there? Is there any way of finding out what the altimeter needs to be set to for local? I'm not sure there is. Oh well. Back to looking out the window again. Go to fix. Fix. Ah, fix. Yeah, okay, I'm in fix. Yeah, no, not the A320 today, Indy. It is standard stock PMDG liveries today. So it looks pretty good in my opinion. Okay, go to the fix page, yeah. Destination airport code in. What was it? I've forgotten it already. EDDK. Put it in there. Yeah, EDDK. Output /5. Oh, in here. This degrees of flaps, presumably. Okay. Ah, I see. These things. Nice. That's awesome. Appreciate it. Yep, I got him. Awesome, thank you. So do I need to put the ILS frequency in both sides down here? I feel like I do. .10. Wrong one. Okay, so switch that one in, and switch that one in. We're going to need both autopilots on as well, aren't we? So I've got it both on there. Yeah, we'll put the course in as well. Should be 316 degrees. And then is it a case of just hitting VOR localizer? So that is the ILS frequency for the runway, 111.10, so I've got that inactive on both sides, which I think is the correct thing to have done. Though we can't be sure, because we're still learning. Right, how am I doing for speed? So we're under where it wants us to be, so that's kind of good. As long as we can keep this rate of descent, we should be alright. Right, let me check what the QNH is. I guess I'm just gonna have to Google for it, because I don't really know any other way that I can see what QNH is going to be based on what I have here in front of me. .1025 apparently. .5,000 feet is our transition. We can stay as we are. Let's get some lights on the go. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for landing. Do I want my position light on? Position is 5,000 according to my charts today. So I guess I'll go by that. Yeah, I see what you're saying about the transition altitude. The weird thing is, looking at the charts, it says it is at 5,000 for this star. So I don't know what to do, really. Normally I would do it at 10,000 as a matter of kind of routine. Now, according to my Googling, it is 1025 local pressure. But I don't know if that's actually going to line up with what the game thinks it is. And I'm not sure there's a way for me to tell. I don't know, what do you think? Do I do transition now or do I wait to 5,000? I mean, the charts do say 5,000, so... yeah. A little bit of a loss, really. What was my VREF going to be? 143. Do you most like the 737 or the A320? That's a good question. I feel like the 737 is really interesting to learn, so I'm enjoying that part of it. But there's a certain comfort of the A320 that I find very appealing. I kind of feel like I know that aircraft now quite well. I don't know everything, like I'm not an authority figure on it by any means, but I definitely feel like I've made a lot of progress on it, and I feel like a lot of that progress gets thrown out the window when I jump into this. But it's very, very cool. I'm enjoying the learning journey, and that's kind of, I think with this and just most things in life, that's kind of like the joys in the journey. Not to sound too dramatic, but so where's our airport? Can't be far. Look at that view. Imagine the team at X-Plane when they first saw this, they must have been like, oh, damn it. Like, really? There we are, we're over there. Alright, so decision made. We're going to stick at 5,000, I think, for transition, which won't be long in any case. So it is going to slow us down. It'll get us down to 190. Let's have a turn coming up, right? When can I start putting some flaps out? It feels like I'm going to need flaps fairly soon. Are there any like markers? Decel. Nice. How do I get my ILS diamonds up? Is it by pressing VOR? Don't honestly know. Okay. Where's that A there? Why is it yelling at me? Oh, autopilot's gone off. Brilliant. Okay. That's new. Why won't VNav go in? Come on, VNav. Why does it keep going up? Right. This is going to be a go around, I think. Because look, we are way, way, way above. Yeah. There's no way we're landing this. We're going to have to go around. That autopilot disconnecting completely ruined me. Hey, at least you got your go around, Indy. Okay, let's get our speed up a little bit. Just. Yeah, we're going around. Rest assured, we are going around. If I can get this... get the plane to play ball. Oh, my flight director's gone. Yeah, go round was totally intentional. This isn't a an indication of me not having a clue what I'm doing. I promise. Give the people what they want. Alright. Let's get ourselves leveled. Yeah, my flight directors. Where? How do I put them on? Where's the button? Don't know where the button is. This is the problem. What's that there? No, no, no. We're in the 737. Cube, we're in the 737. Ah. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh man, lack of experience, eh? Right. So we're stable at 4,000. We'll put LNAV on, and hopefully it will fly us our go-around procedure. Oh man, what a mess. What a hot mess. Yep, LNAV's already back on. So, is this Ryanair? No, this is, actually I'm going to stay at 4,000. No, we're just in the plain old PMDG livery today. There we go. As we make a complete mess of coming into Cologne. Suffice to say, we've had better days, but it's all good. I don't know why the autopilot did disconnect then. I'm a bit confused as to why that actually happened. I don't feel like I did anything or pressed anything that would have caused that, but I obviously did. I think really this flight is highlighting that a little bit of knowledge can be a dangerous thing. Give ourselves a bit more speed, go up to 185. So will I get my ILS diamonds back on the second run? If I press localizer, will they come back? Tough day at the office, huh? It's 316. Oh, auto brakes, good call. But I want two. That seem reasonable? Another go around. You know, I did say this could be your lucky night for go arounds. You've had one already, so. Just trying to work out how I get my ILS diamonds back. Will they just reappear when I come back round on course? Kind of hoping they will. Can't see anything obvious that I would need to do. An appear once you intercept the localizer will not show while you're on downwind. Thank you. That's what I was wondering. I did wonder whether it was because I was heading away. Thank you for that. Appreciate you all helping me learn the 737. Like, it is so different in such small ways, but they are very significant when it comes to the actual sort of practicalities of flying the plane, you know? It's like night and day, it really is, to the A320. And to look at, they're so similar, you think, well, you know, they're basically the same thing. It's like, no, they're really not. I hope you all don't mind me using these streams as a place to learn. As I've said from the beginning, this channel isn't supposed to be a place where I profess my knowledge to you all. This is more a learning exercise. Right, so I guess I'm going to have to do heading select to bring myself in, right? And we'll sort of box off that route. Okay, let's get that speed a little bit more under control. Okay. Get the plane to bring us round. Alright, who's beeping? Why is it beeping? Is it beeping? Does anybody know? Got a funny feeling it's something to do with this. Let's turn that down. It's getting annoying. Horn cut out. Is that it? No. I don't know why it's beeping. Ah. Any ideas, anyone? I'll turn it back up in a minute once we get sorted. Yeah, it really is annoying. Let's turn it right down for now. Why is it doing that? Is there like a clear button? That is so annoying. If anyone knows, this is your moment to be a hero. No. Not gonna lie, I'm at a bit of a loss as to how we stop that. Wrong one. Could be the speed, couldn't it? But then we're about to come in on final, so... I don't know. Let's put it into approach mode. That is such an annoying sound. The flaps. Okay. Let's go back to there. Flaps are too high, the flaps are too low. Maybe it will stop as we come closer in. Oh, that is so annoying. Forgive me. Too much flaps. Okay, let's take them all the way out, see what happens. Yeah, I don't know, is the honest answer. Doesn't seem to be making a lot of difference. Oh, it stopped. Don't ask me why it stopped, but it did stop. Fuel switches. What am I doing with fuel switches? Is it this? I don't know, I feel like I'm going to have to just concentrate on actually landing the plane now. Okay, gear is down. Of course my throttles were in the wrong place. Okay. Cute. Alright, let's see if I can land this thing without making a fool of myself. I'm sure there are things I've omitted on the way down, but I have to chalk it up to a lack of experience, unfortunately, on my part. Right now I'm just going to focus on trying to... emphasis on trying. Try and bring down this aircraft that feels very strange compared to what I'm used to.
Traffic. Traffic.
Traffic? Talking about... I've got traffic off.
500.
Right.
400.
Come on. This has been a stressful end to the flight.
300.
Stressful end to the flight. I do apologise for all the beeping and the weirdness.
200.
That was not my plan. A little bit on the low side, but
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
come on. There it is. Oh. We're down. Oh man, that was stressful, huh? But we're down. Not bad. Not bad. I say that go around threw me off my game a little bit. I just cannot stress how different this is to the A320 and how utterly useless I am in it when something doesn't go quite to plan. You know? I feel like if something goes a little bit wrong in the A320, I can get myself out of it. Whereas with this, I feel like it is a completely different ball game, and I'm almost like stranded at sea, almost like I just don't know what to do. It's a very unnerving feeling, which partly makes me not want to stream it in front of people, because I think, oh no, what if I get it all wrong and I'm going to look stupid? But I think actually doing it in front of people is the best thing to do, because if there's anything I've learnt about you lot is that you're very accommodating, very thoughtful, and always willing to help, and I do appreciate it, genuinely. I know I went a bit quiet there at the end and ignored a couple of pointers, but I think I just had to get us down. Otherwise we'd risk another go around, which I know Indy would have loved, but I do have other plans this evening as well, so sorry, Indy. yeah, I mean, for a third stream in the plane, which actually is actually the third time I've properly flown it. Not the worst. Not the worst. Not the worst by any stretch, but yeah. I think I'm going to hit the tutorials again for sure on this thing. Again, like when that alarm went off, it was just like, what do I do? Like, how do you get rid of that? And I still don't really know. So I'm going to try and do a bit of reading into that. But yeah. Different ball game altogether to the A320. Oh, you found out what the horn noise was. Nice. What was it? Thank you for looking, by the way. Why is there a very, very tiny plane in a very, very large gate? Oh, okay. That makes total sense. If you have flaps 15 and no gear down, it will beep until you put the gear down. Alright. Oh, that's annoying as well. That was such an easy fix. I almost did that as well, but I thought, no, it's too early. Alright, I appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. Right. Let's find us somewhere to park. Shall we? Come on, vans, get out of the way. Don't tell me there's like a convoy of you. Alright. I'm just going to run you over because frankly, I gotta go. Sorry, van. But if you're just going to stop in the middle of the road for literally no reason, that kind of thing is going to happen to you. Ah, we made it. We made it. Ah, well, thank you all for being here. If you're new around here, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We do a lot of flights around here. Not all of them are this terrible. I'm trying to limit the 737 streams to one a week just so that the quality appears somewhat higher than this usually. If you catch me on an A320 stream, usually it will be much smoother than this, but this is the price we pay for learning a new plane, I think. And I appreciate all the help, appreciate all the tips. Only one go around, Indy. Yep, so I consider that a minor success. What are the download specifications? Not entirely sure what you mean with that. Download specifications of what? But yeah, thank you for all coming along. If flight sim streams are your thing, please, please, please hit that sub button. We're on the road to 2,000 now. Can't believe it. Honestly, can't believe it. It's quite incredible. Libya? You love flying. Nice, well, you're in the right place. Hit that sub button. Right, and with that, I'm going to disappear. Thank you all very much indeed for joining me. Next stream will be tomorrow morning, 9:30 UK time. Not entirely sure where we're going yet. Possibly Sydney to Melbourne. I had a few requests for that earlier on today from the morning crowd. So if you're able to join, either studying or at work, have us on in the background. We'd love to see you. In the meantime, you'll take the very best care of yourselves. Thank you for joining, and hopefully our next 737 stream will just be that little bit better. You'll take care of yourselves now. Have a good evening.